Okay, take two. isumpinvapes here. Good afternoon. Waiting on vape mail. So while I'm waiting on vape mail, I realized I had some e-juice that I had not reviewed for you guys. Actually, because it tasted great in the store, but when I got it home for some reason, it was not something I cared for. But as you vape it, which I did during take one, it kind of grows on you. It's the Mad Alchemist Fairy Dust Elixir. There's your bottle. It's in 6 nicotine. It's kind of harsh, and I think it's because it's higher nicotine than my 3 mil. My 4 mil don't seem to do me like this. But it's, I guess you could say if you want a throat hit, this is it on Dripper. Awesome vapor production. Gotta give it a 10 on vapor production. I think it's an 1882 mix. I bought it locally, but you can buy it online. Information will be in the crock pot below. I went to Mad Alchemist's site, and they referred me to another one. I have both links. Pick and choose. The other link is Good Vapes, I believe, and they have all kinds of liquids and stuff. So, I mean, maybe it's not a bad thing. The flavor on this is kind of a candied type flavor. It's not sour, it's real sweet. I'm running it on 0.41 build on my Stellaire, on my Nemi. And it's clouding it out in here. Of course, the curtains help. Why am I camouflaged, you say? Well, that's so you can't see the drip tip. Notice you're having a problem seeing the drip tip because it's camouflage. It was not a plan, it's just the warmest pair of pajamas. Long sleeve camo shirt, long, fluffy, kind of a, oh, what is this? I don't know what the material is, but it's nice and warm and fluffy. It's cold here. Even when the coldness outside dissipates and the air cuts on in here, because people are hot-natured, I freeze to death. That's due to a combination of baby aspirin and blood thinners. Don't ask, I'm old. Been doctoring on my baby kitty, Inky. She is solid black with a tail like witches have. I have 3 black cats. 2 of them don't have tails. They have nubs. And then I have Inky who has a tail. Inky apparently got in a fight with a raccoon, or tried to evict the mad cat that lives up under our house. That we have no idea where this cat came from. Don't think it belongs to anybody because it's pretty feral. But vet said Inky was on the losing end because she got bit on the hind leg instead of her front. He had to go in, open it up, and did abscess and drained all that out and stitched it back up and lasered the other bite. She had 2 bites. She's now on antibiotics. Now, that's almost as fun as videotaping Deuce running around with underwear on his head. Because you hold her and try to put the stuff down, and boy, she gets pissed. And she's got claws. So, imagine the fun I've been having trying to give the cat her meds. Yeah. And my husband's trying to be helpful. He said, put it behind the canine. Yeah, well, you got to get her mouth open first. And she's like, the whole time. So it's like, if I do it by myself, I am covered in amoxicillin. If I do it with somebody else on her, they're covered in amoxicillin. I don't know how much she's actually getting. I'm giving her the whole dropper and hoping like heck she's getting most of it. But enough of my babying my animals. I'm just glad it was an animal bite and not a person doing it, because if it had been a person, I'd been out in the neighborhood hunting them down. Yes, hunting them down. My cat is not to be fucked with on Halloween. Usually I have her inside on Halloween night because she is black and because she looks just like the black cats that all the witches have. But this Halloween she decided she didn't want to, and she's got to stay a week now, so she's really not happy. She's an indoor-outdoor cat. Her favorite thing is to go out and chase squirrels and stuff and kill them and bring them home. Open the door and there's dead animals in front of it. Not cool. Bring mice home. Not cool. But anyway, back to the juice review. Mad Alchemist Fairy Dust Elixir. Why am I calling it duck? Fairy Dust Elixir. It's very sweet, very... Have you ever had spree candy? You know, they're almost a little tart, but they're real sweet. They're a little tart. They're not like sweet tarts you get for Halloween. But it's called spree. We have them. They come in a little roll and they're different colors. That's what it tastes like to me. Now, I really liked it in the store. I don't know why when I got home it was not something I wanted to vape. Yeah, I knew I lied. Because I had all my favorite juices at home. Yes, we all know I'm addicted. Don't even have to mention the names. Now let's get towards the dryness. I'm using, Sean calls it something. What it is the Japanese cotton, and you take the top layer and the bottom layers off and you use the inside of the cotton. It's supposed to absorb better and all this kind of stuff. Quackandu or something like that. So I did that with this when I re-wicked it. Definitely getting a more flavor profile out of it. Like I said, this kind of tastes like spree candy to me. The information to order both websites is in the crock pot below. Also, at the end of this juice review, I'd like to make a little rant statement. If you're in the vaping community on Facebook, you all know what I'm talking about. The negativity. You know, maybe if you're having negative thoughts, if your meds are not working, maybe you should stay off Facebook. I should say that to myself, because there are times when I get in one of my moods where I want to whoop somebody and I can't. Because everybody will think I'm picking on them. When in truth, they have no idea who this person really, truly is. So I have to sit on my hands, or I post pictures and crap and sayings and stuff that are kind of like aimed at this person who has no clue that I'm aiming them, because she's clueless. But the thing is, if you can't be positive, maybe you shouldn't say anything. And that goes for myself included. When my depression meds aren't working, maybe I should not be on Facebook. Unhappy with work right now, looking for a job as a paralegal because Outcomes jerked me around and I don't get to go to Vape Summit this weekend. No, they scheduled me for the week of Thanksgiving in Houston, Texas. I have to fly back either Thanksgiving Day or the day before. The only hope I have is that I can knock it all out in a day and get out of there on Tuesday, which is probably going to be just as bad. But I have a feeling that I'm going to get, fax machine, that I'm going to get booked from my flight and end up spending the night on some of them couches in the airport somewhere, either Houston, Atlanta, Dallas, wherever they fly me, whatever. Depends on what airline they use. And I really don't want that. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Now, if I get an offer like American was offering in Dallas the last time I flew, where they'll give you a $100 voucher, put you up in a hotel, and do your meals overnight, I might do that. Simple fact of, you know, $100 voucher will go a long way towards going to see my brother in Seattle. I have a method to my madness. Yes, I do. If you like sweet candy vapes, then the Mad Alchemist Fairy Dust Elixir is your thing. This is not much, just a touch. Not too little, not too much. To sparkle your imagination. According to this, you can get it in 0, 6, 12, 18, and 24 milligrams nicotine, depending on your strength. This is the 6. Doing a lung inhale on a dripper, I'm getting a real harsh hit. So, but it's weird because my 3 and 4 milligrams, I don't seem to get the harshness. They're real smooth to drip. And this one's kind of giving me a little harshness. So I've got to say it's got to be the nicotine. Taste is subjective. Just because it's not something I am just madly in love with does not mean it's not good. It just means I'm not madly in love with it. So, information in the crock pot, get you some if you want it. And y'all come back and see me now, you hear?